Have you ever woken up and pulled the covers back over your head because you didn't want to go to school, or go for that run, or anything you should do? Everyone has those days. Usually, when we decide to give up, it is because we lack discipline. The difference between when we decide to complete a task and when we decide to procrastinate is not motivation, passion, or some elevated ability. The difference is that we do it anyways, despite how we feel. This is discipline. Discipline is a widely misunderstood concept and is often misconstrued with motivation. Motivation is the reason why someone feels they should complete a task, while discipline is doing it anyways, despite how one feels. For example, imagine you have a goal of buying a house. Your goal is to buy the house. That is your main motive. So this means that you will work harder and make more wiser financial decisions. However, after buying this house, if you continue to have these good habits, that is actively displaying discipline. Personally, most of my discipline has been developed through the practice of kickboxing. My original goal when taking these classes was to learn how to compete in a sport I found entertaining. However, there were many parts of training I felt were useless. Jump roping for extended periods of time or extreme cardio, it felt all useless to me and I was really confused. Remember Daniel from Karate Kid and how Mr. Miyagi made him wax his cars, wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off, and so on? Well, I felt the exact same way. From jump roping for 6 minutes consecutively, to intense bodyweight exercises, or even getting swept to the ground, in my eyes, these were all seemingly useless tasks. My goal was to learn how to fight in competition, not perform exercises I could do at home. At the time, these all seemed useless to me, especially jump roping. I repeatedly asked myself, what's the point? I mean, I could do these activities by myself at home. However, as time went on, I realized that these activities were all essential for me to develop my cardio, my power, and learn how to get back up from a fall. Continuing through these activities allowed me to develop discipline despite how I felt. Committing to a physical activity will develop immense discipline. Author and self-improvement expert Brian Tracy states that an average person with average talent, ambition, and education can outstrip the most brilliant genius in our society if that person has clear, focused goals. Tracy emphasizes that dedication and focus towards a goal, despite one's level of knowledge and experience, is the key factor to success. To succeed, I like to look up to people. When it comes to kickboxing, I look up to many amazing fighters. One of the fighters I look up to is Khabib Nurmagomedov. Unlike many other fighters who may get caught up in parties or celebrations, Khabib remains focused on his goals and trains consistently. This allows him to succeed and become one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time with an undefeated record of 29 wins and 0 losses. I am living proof that discipline is beneficial. Once I developed significant discipline, not only did I train more consistently, but I also improved other areas of my life and improved my confidence. For example, in school, whenever I'm assigned different pieces of homework, I'm able to designate parts of my day where I will work on those no matter how I feel. In a study by 2 powerhouse researchers, Seligman and Duckworth, discipline was the main factor for students falling short of their academic potential. Other areas in which discipline can improve your life could be strengthening relationships, strengthening your strengthening your confidence, and many more. Simple things such as carrying yourself with more confidence or even just talking with confidence are a direct product of discipline. I went from someone who could be described as lazy, timid, or incompetent to someone who could be described as confident, hardworking, and even a leader. I believe anybody can develop discipline and see very similar results. Here are some ways you can develop discipline. Number 1, choose a goal. Mine was kickboxing. Number 2, identify any obstacles that may get in your way when you are trying to complete this goal. How can you get rid of them? Number 3, replace bad habits. This is where a lot of people fall short. One strategy I like to use is that I will choose a good habit that I would like to incorporate into my day. And whenever I slip into a bad habit, try to encourage myself to go towards this good habit. Lastly, find something where you can see your progress. Although those activities I mentioned earlier, I wouldn't like to admit that I saw my progress, such as jump roping and getting knocked to the floor, I saw myself get better at it. I believe anybody can develop discipline and see these results. Described beautifully by Mike Tyson, discipline is doing what you have to do, or doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. One of the greatest parts about discipline is that nobody can take it away from you, whether it be a sport, an activity, or a run in the morning. Committing to some physical activity will develop immense discipline that will serve all aspects in your life.